Hi, this is Brian Russell with Walking and Talking Spirituality. Thanks for taking a walk with me. I think one of the most important and valuable gifts that we can give ourselves is to continue to work on trying to get clarity on really what kind of person do we want to become, and how can we give our gifts to the world and serve others, or to put it real simple, what's it look like to be the kind of person that loves God and loves their neighbor for the long haul? And I was listening to one of my favorite authors. He's has a podcast now. It's called The Big Leap, Gay Hendricks. And they're talking about an exercise having to do with wishes. And I found this actually really powerful for myself. I did it last week and I just want to share it with you. It's really simple. It's one of those journaling exercises that doesn't sound complicated, and it really isn't, but it can give you some real insights. And Dr. Hendricks basically starts it this way. He says, imagine that you're on your deathbed. Now, of course, it's going to get a little bit better from here, but imagine that. And, he kind of says, what age would you put on there? So, I always just say, hey, I'm going to die when I'm 100. Just toss it out there. But, we don't know when we're going to die. But just imagine that you've lived a long life, or as long as a life as you're able to. And he always says, put an age on it. So I did. And then the question that you're supposed to focus on is really simply this. Did you live a completely satisfying life? And if you're going to say yes, which I hope we all can, right? We want to live that fulfilled life of satisfaction, knowing that we lived as that person that God created us to be. And those are my words. They are not Hendricks's. But then the questions up being, can you make a list? He suggests 5, but try to get at least 3. So can you make a list of 3 to 5 reasons why on your deathbed you would know that you lived your life to the fullest? What would that look like? In other words, the genius of this is it's actually forcing us not just to say we want to live a good, fulfilled, satisfied life, but to process internally right now what are the rules, maybe they're even unspoken in our lives, that would indicate that you lived a really good life. And this is powerful because once you name those things, you can go back and look at the rest of your life and ask yourself, does this actually serve my long-term sense of who God's called me to be? And just to give some illustrations, I'll give my 5 real quick. These aren't the totality of the specifics, but number 1, I want to be a fantastic, actually, let's write in the past tense. I was a fantastic partner to my wife, Astrid, and we continued to grow and nurture our love and support each other in our spiritual growth for the length of our lives and time together. Number 2, I was an outstanding father who encouraged, empowered, and inspired his daughters, or my daughters and stepdaughters, to flourish and thrive and to be ambassadors of abundance in the world. Number 3, I created outstanding content. I didn't leave the music within me. I shared content that I feel like the Lord put on my heart to serve other people. I lived out my mission fully as part of that content creation of studying, embodying the deepest truths so I could teach them to others lovingly, compellingly, in transformational ways through coaching, speaking, and writing. That's the long one. I thought about that one probably the most. And then number 4, I stayed on the path of personal and spiritual growth and continued to grow in love for God and neighbor for the course of my life. And then the last thing, more and more, I was fully present in all the situations and relationships that I found myself in each day. Those are my 5. What would yours be? I'd love to hear about it. If you'd like to have a conversation, reach out. Till next time, live by faith, be known by love, and be a voice of hope to others.